I'm your host, Sheila Seppi, and welcome to Cosmic Conversations. Each week, we bring you some of today's top speakers in the field of spirituality, conscious expansion, mysticism, cosmic awareness, health, and healing. So if you're not already on our mailing list, please sign up at thegalacticalliance.org or on the consciousawakeningnetwork.org. Now, I just ran up and down the steps. On the Galactic Alliance, you're going to be able to find all of our replays as we share, as well as on CAN. So please sign up. And if you do watch us on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. Now, tonight, we have a very special guest, and I want to share just a little bit with you about her. Now, her name is Corina, born in the land of powerful myths and legends. Corina has had a chance to live for extended periods in a variety of different cultures. She has a background in computer science and mathematics, so it's not always been easy to balance her analytical mind with her deep interest in spirituality. She has studied the tarot, astrology, numerology, shamanism, wheel of the year, sacred sexuality, Mayan astrology, Jinkies, sacred geometry, geomancy, and the ways of the druid. Now, through an accumulative combination of everything that I have mentioned, she has created what's called the KALY profile. And tonight she's going to share a little bit about that with us. And when I first met Corina and she was telling me about this, I'm like, oh my gosh, you've just got to come on. Everybody's going to love you. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring you up, welcome you to the show, and have to say, I really honor you. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, correct? Your time? Let's see if you can unmute.
Yes, I can now. I can unmute.
Beautiful.
Yes, yeah. I want to say good afternoon. I don't know what time is for everybody. For me, it's not even good night, good enough. It's almost good morning. Yeah, I will try my best to stay awake. I hope I can, because I feel somehow a kind of warmer environment here, like between friends, and that gives energy. So thank you, Sheila, for inviting me here. And I will start with my presentation. To be sure I can focus, I have to read more from the lines I prepare. So I really prepare for this moment. But now, please excuse me if I will
Okay, we will
confuse at some point. Yeah. Let me start with the presentation. So for me, it's already 12 January, but the idea is that we meet on 11/11, which as such is a powerful 11/1 powerful number. We also have the new moon tonight. And for me, it's an important day, the remembering of my mother. So somehow it's like all the energies are coming together for this moment. And this year as such is a year of power, because with my background in astrology and tarot, I have to mention the year of the card of the year. It's the power card. And I feel somehow that is, with the right intention, we can use this power to raise the frequency of love. And actually, that's a kind of background for me. My whole life, I was trying to figure out what really love is all about. Let's see. And just a little bit about my journey, I thought to mention, because you heard about my background, I was very much in the computer world, in the rational world. And since I was small, I was also in the spiritual part. So indeed, trying to balance these two was not easy. I believe at one point that actually this is how I met Sheila, that I'm a walk-in. Actually, she introduced that concept to me And then it made sense why my mother used to say that nobody understands you, nobody gets you, not even my parents. So I went through some heavy depression, but then I think in the end I understood that I just have to embrace my so-called demons and try to figure out they wanted to have a voice. And that voice maybe was like Jim Carrey said, the avatar that is tired to play a role that it's not his. So I imagine life as a dream, like a kind of we are playing and we are acting, we are actors. And if we think of the great actors, they really need to know their script. And in order to know this script, to know exactly what we came here to be, I think you really need to know who you are and not what you want to be or what other people are expecting from you, but what you really embody, came here to embody, what kind of frequency. And that's how I came with this idea of the KALY profile. When finally I start loving myself, once I embrace my demons, I start learning about who I really am. Because people used to say, don't you know who you are? And I used to say, I have no idea. All I know, and I suppose that everybody who is here is also understanding that we are multidimensional beings who are just in a human experience. But that answer you cannot really give to everybody. So I didn't really get what this love yourself means, because I thought it's just normal to love that multidimensional being, but then you also have to love this human embodiment. And then just one night when I start feeling good about myself and finally understand how it feels to love yourself, I just came with this idea of knowing, accepting, and loving yourself like a tool for others to maybe discover the same things about themselves, and then finally embrace this human embodiment. And I realized that for a lot of people, it's quite challenging to think in this way, that I know myself, most of the people will react, but I will say that it's a trip to remember who we came here to be and to activate our unique codes and vibrate at the frequency of love. And then, because I was doing in the same time a lot of tarot readings, and somebody said to me that I'm like a spiritual detective, and I really love that name. I was looking for a kind of, label for myself. What am I here to be? And then this spiritual detective was like, yes, that's it. So this is how I like to call myself now. And then this profile is actually a set of clues. If we are detectives, we need to follow clues. And that's what I'm doing with this profile, offering clues for people who are curious, first of all, to discover who they are. And I also create, once somebody sends me the just basic information about birthday and name, I create this profile. I create it as a PowerPoint presentation. And this is what I'm also going to show you here, what a presentation actually looks like. I have these two images that I love. One is from the place I was born. I was born in Transylvania, so I'm not really like Dracula, but I am a little bit of gypsy. And what you see there, I think it's a portal. In my experience, I was there at one point, that nice place of light between the trees. I know it's a portal with the Pleiadians, but anyway, that's my own experience. And the other is a drawing that I did since I opened up to myself and to my human experience more. This is how I see myself in a way, like in that drawing. And I'm using then elements from astrology to do this profile, of course. And I imagine the stars, the moment that we were born, and all the planets, like the fairies who are coming and giving each and one of us a gift from them. You are going to take this energy from me, this energy from me, and then with all those energy together, it's who we are and who we came here to be. And of course, you can also use the numerology that tells more about the ancestors, because it's also based on our name. I really love the Mayan, the Tolkien calendar, because it's much more in tune with the natural world, but also because I see it as a kind of quantum calendar, if that's possible. We have cycles that are repeating, so you can look in something from the past that can be solved in the present, so it doesn't come back in the future. And then also Jinkies, maybe some people knew about them. They are like 64 of them, and I'm not presenting them, all of them, because remember I said there are just clues. So I want to invite people to discover more. And I have these 4 different systems, let's say, that I present more with the idea that everybody can find one that really resonates, and then maybe further on go and develop and find out more, and then even use it. In the end, that's the idea. Once you know who you are and who you came here to be, then you can also use these tools for the daily life. That's how I try to present it. And I end up with 33 clues, because I love the number 33. I think it's really magic. And I also associate each of these with a color. And then I came with the idea to put them in a kind of rainbow body. So what you see here, all these lines, this would be my rainbow body at every level. And it's working, because for me, let's say, where I have more colors is where I need more help. And for me will be the sacred chakra. And like I will show you here, these are the clues. Let's say for somebody who just wants a quick view, you have here all the elements, you have the colors, and we talk about the frequency of love. I believe we need to find our unique voice, but that's not only that we speak up our truth, but we also use our voice at the right frequency. So these clues are also all associated with a sound. So in the end, you can even create a song of yourself. And I think this is how we have to embody even our voice. At this time of the night, my voice is not really at the perfect frequency, but normally I try to speak with this frequency. So in this way, the information, it's even coming to people in a better way, let's say, if you really use your voice. And then you can make combination with the colors. Like for me, I'm a Scorpio and a gold, so I have an amazing combination of colors, but all the colors combination are beautiful, but you can work with that. And for those who want to have a quick view of the information, not everybody has the time to read all the pages of the information that I'm sending. You can have a quick look at some cards associated. So people who like image, these are very clear image. You can already say something about a person just by looking at these 4 numbers, which are made from the birth date and the name. So what's your personality, what's your heart desire? Together you get the destiny name number. And you see, for me, it's spirituality. So even if I like computers and I like numbers, they help me even to make this presentation. But my destiny, it's obvious, number 7. And the life path, I knew that when I was a child, that I'm number 9, and I found it a very difficult path. Now I'm entering my second Saturn return, so I'm thinking, okay, it was difficult, but it was an interesting, definitely an interesting path to follow. Then I have from astrology, of course, I also have my YouTube channel. I managed to call it also Spiritual Detective, and there I have all kind of videos who are associated with Sun and Moon and Venus and Mars in different signs. So that I also offer as a, if somebody wants to look in deep. And now at the beginning of the year, I also have a combination of with a life, with a card, year card number. So then about the Jinkies, I just present, for those who knows about the whole profile, I just present the activation gene keys, and there are 4 of them, and one who is called the pearl, and which for me is the most important, because once we are there in that point, we can already feeling the bliss. And it's not a coincidence at all that for me, the gift, my pearl, is simplicity. Even with this, I'm working at this KALY profile now for 2 years, and I'm the person who wants to know everything. And my tendency was to bring more and more and more. And, you know, it was so difficult in the end for me just to keep it simple. And because for my gift, complexity, it's a shadow. So why I like these Jinkies is that they are also presenting you a way how to transform your shadow using a certain gift, and then get a kind of master in your qualities, if you really understand them and you really work with them. And then about the dream spell, the galactic signature, and the tone, that's something that we can even follow in the daily life, these signs. And then I know when it's my day, let's say that's a good day. I know how to use the energy. And then, of course, we have what we call a kin, the combination of these two. And my kin is 61. And I look for people who have the same kin, because these are like kindred spirits that, like, we are sister and brothers in astrological speaking, or from Maya point of view. They actually celebrate, they don't celebrate their birthday, they celebrate their kin day. And that's also something that talks a lot about our qualities, but also how to work with the shadow. Because we talk a lot about enlightenment, but I think in this earthly experience, it's also about endarkment. So if we don't understand our shadows and we don't transform them, yeah, we can look for enlightenment, and it sounds great, but being aware of our shadow, it's part of what human experience is. And these things are also offering the tools. And of course, as a tarot reader, I have to do also a tableau for everybody based on the cards that are associated with the Jinkies, with numerology, and of course with the planets, every planet in a certain sign, in a certain house. You can create even nice sentences, like mantras for everybody, just based on the place of a planet in your natal chart. So this is my my tableau, and I want to show you, before I go further, I made it in a, I don't think it's very clear, but I even made it in a big poster for people who are coming to my place. I do a kind of workshop, and we put all the information in a visual way. And of course, because I show you the light body or the rainbow body, all these signs can be associated with a certain chakra. And then I also thought that it's nice to see them organized on the seventh chakra, the one that they are really in our body, because we have more. I use the 12 of them, and then just create a kind of clear image of what work we have to do and in which chakra. And then here the idea of mantras is also possible. I will go a little bit faster, but these are all the same with the clues and with information. Like I like very much the idea of Venus star point, that are amazing information about yourself. For each chakra also, of course, which crystals, which senses, which mantras can be used in order to avoid blockages and take care of our energetical body, which I find as important as our physical body. So a kind of spiritual cleaning. It's good to do daily. And then, of course, more details. We come to the part with details. And based on this, you can create your own mantras. I have this information, I collect them from different books I have, from different sites, I just make a kind of compilation of for all the numbers and all the clues that I presented here, and I have them in my website, and I can just use them to create this PowerPoint presentation. I also include videos like this for the Jinkies who are maybe explaining more in details and a different approach. What I like also very much is to show people that with these tools, let's say, or divination, or how do you want to call them, you can also work actively in the daily life. And one is like the period of 13 days when your kin is happening in a year of 260 days, which we have in the Mayan. You
For
can...
people, I'm sorry, for people who don't know what the gene codes are, could you explain that to them, please?
Yes, this one, you mean? The gene
The gene
keys?
keys. Uh-huh.
Yeah. The Jinkies is the idea was based on the I Ching, the 64 symbols. If you arrange them in a kind of circle, where the light comes and the moment of your birth, those are the Jinkies, it's called, the symbols that are actually showing the path that you have to follow in your life. So you have 11 for a path that it's about ascension, it's about love, it's about all the periods in life, let's say from 0 to 7, 7 to 14 years, and so on. And then each of these keys, like you see here in an example, one, it's what is your radiance, what is your purpose, and each key is presented like with 3 levels. So one level, it's your quality. Then you have the shadow. So you can transform the shadow using the quality. And then it tells you what is the master level that you can reach. For example, if you take this Jinkies 13 that I have here, this core discernment empathy. So the moment that I start understanding and I start discerning and I don't feel like fighting with people and being in a kind of rejecting mood, I can develop my empathy, and then I can live from that. So they are also, let's say, tools to realize what your skills are and then how to work with them to improve them, to become a better you. And even every week, not really week, because we have 64 of them, every period, like 5 days, we have a Jinky, like this week it's Jinkies 61 who talks about also virtue. So you can work with them very practically in a daily life. And it's a whole world. Once you enter in the Jinkin world, it's like will really attract you if you, the more you know, the more you want to know, and you realize that it's an amazing system. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
And then here I was mentioning that you can create a journal about these 13 days where your birthday in the Mayan calendar is. And it's interesting to know that these 13 days can also be 13 years. So if you pay attention, almost in every day, things will happen that remind you of events from years before. And if you work through those and you, let's say, heal that issues that are coming on your path in a day, it's like you are healing the past. So in order that it's not going to be repeat in the future. And this is why I call this Mayan dream spell like a kind of quantum healing tool, because with proper attention, actually you get every day of the Mayan year, let's say, the chance to do healing and to solve your to create a better future, let's say. They work with 13 days because they work with the moon, the period between full moon and new moon. So a year for them it's 260 days. They have 20 months, not so it's a different than our Gregorian calendar. And every day has a certain energy. And when you know it and you work with it, it makes total sense. Why do you feel in a certain way? And this is about more information about what it's called a galactic signature. And you also have some helpers, and you have something that guides you, something that you do in natural. And these are also very good tools to see the compatibility with other people. Let's say if something that for you comes natural for another person is a challenge, then the relation with that person is not going to be very smooth. But as long as you understand that, and you understand in the end that everybody is unique, and you also understand why these misunderstandings are coming between the two of you, then it makes the acceptance of the other person also so much easier. And then, of course, what to do with all these things, because this also is a question. My daughter, who is 20, and she's from this Z generation, she said, Ma, that's so much information. What do I have to do with it? And then I said, first, accept it, and then start using it on a daily basis. Choose one system, of course, that will be the ideal. I keep on using all of them because I like them all, but not everybody is maybe the same, or for sure not. And then find out more about each of them, of course, and then use them on the daily life to just to allow yourself to be who you are. And the more you do that, and the more you understand who you are, I have the feeling it's like we are remembering, and then we are activating the codes that we came to embody in this existence. And it's like your body becomes more clear, and like drops of water who are clean, you know, like then the energy can go through your body much easier, and it starts reflecting, and you start shining, and you start giving your energy to others, because the energy can go so nicely and so smoothly in you. You are really embodying who you came here to be. And that will be the final purpose, in my experience, that we are really channeling the energy between above and below. And we do this with a clean body, but that means energetic clean, that we really use all our codes, and we activate them, and we remember what is our unique expression in this world. I think that will be my presentation, and I'm very happy I managed to do it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. There is so much information in there. If
I know.
Is this a system that you teach because you have developed this yourself based on pulling different components? If somebody wanted to learn this, do you offer it as a course? Do you provide services? How can we utilize this?
Yes. I just create this profile as a PowerPoint presentation with almost 33 slides, of course. And I just send it to people if they go on my website and on the spiritual detective. I had the name somewhere. I have maybe to go back and put it again. And there once I have the information, which is, like I said, the birthday, the place, the date, and the name of the birth, then I can just create this presentation. I send it to people, and then I invite them to, if they are interested in one of these or they want to know more, then of course we can stay in contact, and I can a little bit guide them also how to make their own, I call this a mind map, based also with all the colors, where you can create then small mantras like cards to keep them in the pocket and remind yourself when you get angry with somebody, why do you get angry? It's yeah, I think it can go in so many directions, but it's what you said, it seems like a lot of information, and most of the people have a reaction, whoa, do I really have to do so much work on myself? And you don't have to do it all at once, you can just take it day by day. I do it this still in a and I'm still amazed, and people say, wow, but it's really like that. I said, of course it's like that. They are surprised that every time something, it's exactly how they are. It's like, but this is amazing. I said, but this is it. This is the energy you had at your birth. This is who you came here to be. Why are you so surprised that in Dutch it says it's klopt? It's just exactly how it is. Yes, of course.
Wow. Now, I know that you have studied all of these modalities your entire life. Was there something that happened or an event that occurred that made, or that aha moment that caused you to sit down and say, I think I'm going to put all of this together? What led you to do this?
Like I said, I had several breakdowns because of my depression. And then I was like too much in my rational part, because as a child, I was reading cards and I was getting out of my body every night. I thought everybody does that. Everybody goes back home in the night. So when I realized that I was a weird, I stopped thinking of and talking about that. So I had a long period in my life in which I kept spirituality just for me. And then with the last depression and, let's say, the worst moment in life when I was alone with Christmas, like, wow, that cannot go wrong, worse than that. Then I thought, okay, I have to come out as a witch. I have to come out and start doing readings. I have to come out. And then by doing that, and also implementing all the other knowledge from astrology and in my readings, then I start loving myself more. And finally, I could say, yes, now I can look in the mirror and I see this multidimensional being, and I'm not wondering, what the heck are you doing here? Why are you not going home? And I finally start loving my incarnation, let's say. And I thought, I'm sure there are more people in this world having the same experience like me. So I think the real idea was to accept ourselves, and in this I know we choose it, but it's not always easy to be here. And I dream about an exit several times in my life. And I think the only way to really want to be here is to, yeah, to really love this act, to become a best actor that you can, and play it in a way that everybody thinks, wow, what does she knows that I don't know? Why is she shining like this? And then, invite other peoples by to join and enjoy the life that we have here, because that, I think, it's the purpose.
Right. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open this up to our audience. So I've taken everyone off of mute. If you have a question, please raise your hand, or if you don't know how to raise the hand, just go ahead and come off of mute. So let me ask a little bit more about the astrology. I think there's so much. Well, Julia has a question. I'll hold my astrological question till later. So, Julia, hi, welcome. Hey, Julia, you can unmute yourself. Okay, I think she's having a little hard time. So with the astrological information, I know you had an astrology base for people who really don't know anything about astrology. Are they going to be able to still come up with a lot of the same results that you have been able to come up with?
Yeah, because I actually explained this weekly in the beginning, the system that you have the planets, the sign, and the house. And it's like really like your own house. You can imagine the rooms of your house. So every house has a certain energy. And then if you make a combination of these three, even I did it with the cards, I normally send also the cards associated with planet, sign, house. You can make a nice story only with these three. And you don't need to know anything about what is the meaning of a certain planet, because I explained that in short, let's say, and also visual with some cards. And then you can create kind of sentence to remember. Why am I reacting in a certain way when it's Mars in a certain sign? That tells you about how you react to action. And if you look at Venus, it tells you how you are in love. And then how to use it, because of course, this is one thing, how the planets were when you were born. And then you hear all the time now the Pluto goes there, and all these kind of things, and you say, what has this to do with me? Or even now you have a new moon in Capricorn. Okay, and what is this to do with me? But you have to look in, and I also can explain that in which house you have Capricorn, let's say. That's it. So a basic chart, I also have it for everybody, because otherwise I cannot get to the clues. And then just see in which house the energy of a certain, I call this the dance of the planet, in which room of your house it's going to put light. And then it's very, sometimes it's very obvious, don't make any decision when Mercury is retrograde in that house, because that's not going to be a good period to make a decision.
Okay.
You don't need to become an astrologer. You just need to have these clues to understand a little bit how it works. And then you take it from there. If you get passionate, then of course you can learn more.
Okay, very good. I've just sent out a broad request for everyone to unmute. Apparently there is a little hiccup here, and Julia is unable to unmute. Are you unmuted now, Julia? No, you're still muted. I think most everyone. So
I see there are a lot of questions maybe in the chat or not.
yeah, we do have one in the chat. I was just sliding through. What type of astrology do you use?
Yeah, I'm just using the Western astrology.
Okay.
I don't know why ours not popular. For me, it's everything is popular. I mean, I need to know everything, but I think it's also depending where you are born and what is more that it's a language in the end, the language that you are used to.
Okay, great. Okay. Sabrina, you have your hand up. Hi, yay. Okay.
Thank you. Very interesting program. The problem is you keep freezing up on me, and I'm getting very little of this conversation. So,
I'm
Corina,
sorry.
can I please have your email?
Yes, I will put again, I think, an image with my website.
Okay, I hope I won't
Because
freeze up again and lose
I
you
can
again.
write it here in the chat, the email, but
If
let
you
me.
want to say it out loud also, because Sabrina, you can go to YouTube and you can rewatch the entire presentation again.
Okay, I'm not computer savvy.
Okay,
Okay.
no,
No
but
idea.
I
I know
I
what
put
you
it
said,
here
but I
in
have no
the
idea how to get there.
I put the email there. It's the email from the website, yes.
Okay, info@spiritualdetective.in.
NL, because the one from America the com was used, so I have to use the Dutch one.
Beautiful. Okay. See, Julia, I'll give you more time.
They said they cannot find the website. It's the same, spiritual,
Detective.
of course, but with NL. And on YouTube, also I can. I had a link to the. Let me give me a second. I will put a link to the YouTube as well.
Beautiful. Okay, let's go back. Look for questions. I don't have any questions, but we had, oh, hi, Elaine.
Hi.
Do you have a question?
No, I wasn't sure. I was doing a bunch of stuff and then it said unmute, but I can mute.
Yeah, you can mute that. I just
okay.
unmuted because everyone said that they were having a hard time, but thanks.
Okay.
Now
All
you
right.
see why we use mute.
Right.
Okay, I'm just going to open one more round. If anyone has any questions, just please go ahead, raise your hand, or you can put it into the chat. I've gotten a lot of private messages. A couple people had to go, but they love your presentation.
Put the name of the YouTube.
Beautiful. Here's a question from Maria. She says, are we bound by astrology or gene keys, etc., or can we rise above it all and create our lives as we want to beyond the stars, the planets, and the constellations?
And we have free will with everything. This is like, you choose a certain role in a play and you choose to be a certain character, and that's the energy that the astrology, let's say, are telling you. And then you have to accept them and maybe even, like them. And everything can be improved, of course. And Jinkies, even this is how the work it is. And with Maya also, how to improve the energy that you get and bring it at the level of mastery. But and in the rest, you can just hear about the planets. And if you want to take them in account, okay. If not, it's just totally free will. It's like a kind of assistant, secret assistant that are around you. They are just putting on your shoulder, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. If you don't want to, that's fine. We can just create. We are free to create. I just feel that by knowing this and understanding, we can enjoy more because we can just acknowledge, like me, I like to know everything. That's when I read that I'm born in a fifth day, it says they just want to know everything, even if they don't use that information. Okay, that's it. Now I have an excuse to learn even more because it's in that's my birthright.
That's great.
I'm happy
Geomancy is also something interesting. It's a very old system when you can just throw apart stones, and then I even made the YouTube reading that I did about the card of the year. I use geomancy. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, someone else had a question just a moment ago.
No, I came on. I was the one putting the question in the chat, Maria.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, it's great to have a face with a question.
Yeah, so thanks for the answer, Corina, because I was wondering if what you giving us as a gift is mainly for us to use as a gift, like you said, you want to know more, and when you know, sometimes it can help us, but at the same time it can confuse us because we know the things. And I also learn from other people, myself, when we know certain things and we get stuck. And once a guru of mine always said, it doesn't matter where you were born, what stars you were born or whatever. If you want to rise above it, you can rise above it. But like you said, it's more for your own good if you want to use it for your own good. It's not necessarily
Who said that that's
something
wrong,
you need. Say it again.
Who said that's wrong? Because people say, oh, you don't need to know, we can rise above. As that gift that the star gave us is wrong.
Yeah. No,
Maybe
nothing wrong with it, just something you can use or let go. Either one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it helps you to allow yourself to be who you are, because sometimes maybe there are some annoying things about yourself and people are thinking, why is she keep on doing that? Like, I have a lot of things that I discovered with this profile that I'm entitled to them because but then the moment I know that's okay, this was what the star gave me as a gift, I'm not even annoyed about it anymore, to be honest. And I can choose. Now I feel like I'm free to choose, if I use it or not. But it comes from a place of acceptance.
So before you knew it, would you have said you didn't accept it about yourself, but now knowing
I
that...
didn't love myself. I didn't like myself, and I didn't really understood what I'm doing here. And I didn't know myself.
So it just really helped you accept yourself more, that you came in with these qualities and character.
I think for me, in a very human level, it helped me heal my depression, which was very bad.
Yeah. It makes sense. Yeah. Thank you.
I embraced the avatar that I was not trying to be what I thought I have to be, and I became who I am. And now if I talk about the wheel of the year and I talk about witches, I don't mind if people look at me I'm a creepy person now, but I embrace it and that's it.
Woohoo, I'm creepy, but I love myself.
Yes, yes.
No,
and I wish people love yourself.
It's so true. I always have felt I was different. I didn't fit in. And for the longest, I didn't like myself because of it, because nobody else liked me. Nobody wanted me around. So it was hard to love myself. But the older I grew, even I didn't do this inner work, I accepted myself more, that I am different when there is a reason and purpose for it, when I'm growing just into it. So it's in line with that. So thank you.
But we are all different. We are all unique. And that's the thing. The next step is to understand. And I don't have any more disagreement with people, because I understand that everybody is such a unique combination of all these clues. And everybody understands the way they filter the reality through their own clues, let's say. So we are all so unique. Everybody is a creep in somebody else's eyes. So, just feel free.
If society only would teach us that, be different, that's good, instead of being the norm. Yeah.
But there are no norms. We
There
created
is
the
no
norms.
norms, exactly.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Most welcome.
Okay. So if people
And-
want to reach you again, here is your website at www.spiritualdetective.nl.
Yes.
So, Corina,
And the
thank you.
final purpose, sorry, I want to say that that's the image that of me being the witch. And the final purpose is to be the flow, not to go with the flow, but to be the flow. Because when you embody who you are, things are just happening through you. And that is being the flow.
That's beautiful. I really appreciate your being here and putting everything together for us, and let us know that there's other tools out there that can really help us as we begin to delve deep into those aspects that, man, maybe we don't want to look so close, and maybe some of them we do, but you've really provided this unique opportunity for us. And the fact that you're giving this away to people for free is, it's very heartwarming. And I know that everyone will be reaching out and contacting you and thanking you for this wonderful gift. And I wanted to ask one last thing. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you might want to leave people with as a closing thought?
The closing thought will be for me that if we manage, doesn't really matter with which system, in which way, to embody the light and then showing to others, even other people cannot see it, the fact that they feel energetically that there is something about you, it will make them also try to open up to light more. And I think especially this year, now I'm not starting with astrological and things, but it's our year of power, what I said, power plus intention, which bring us in the frequency of love. And then the whole world is getting a better place.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And now we have Miss Susie. You were talking about light. Susie, you've got an incredible background. All kinds of light. That's so cool. I love it.
Yeah, this one. See the little blue in the back? He calls this in Armageddon. But I just think it's gorgeous.
It is. We've lost.
Okay.
I've lost you per video. There you are.
Okay, I'm back.
You look
Okay,
like the center of a flower.
Yeah, Corina, I really love this. You have such a, when you said that about the flow, I go, in my heart, I was going, she like is the flow. And you're so humble and make things so available. So thank you, thank you. Now I'll sing.
You're welcome.
We
I
are
feel
here.
I am the flow. I live most of the time as, yes. So I want to give this gift to everybody if that can be.
Beautiful, so beautiful. Okay. We are here. We are whole, just as we are. We are safe, and we are loved, just as we are. We are so grateful, and we're free, and we're as perfect as we can be. We are here. We are whole, just as we are. We are here. We are whole, just as we are. We are safe, and we are loved, just as we are. And we are so grateful, and we're free, and we're as perfect as we can be. We are here. We are whole, just as we are. Thank you, everybody. Mwah.
Beautiful. Susie, thank you so very much. I really appreciate your being here every week. I want to thank everyone again for being here. I just, from the bottom of my heart, I hope everyone, continues to embrace this new energy of the new year and find, using Corina's pathway, that you're able to unfold some new magic for yourself throughout the entire year. So again, thank you so much for being here. Again, check us out on the galacticalliance.org. Sign up to be on our newsletter. Sign up to be on the Conscious Awakening Network newsletter at consciousawakeningnetwork.org, and catch this replay on YouTube on the Conscious Awakening Network. So until we're all back together again, namaste, much love, everyone, and have a beautiful week. Thank you guys so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.